I can still do horrible things, and I enjoy them.
He's been pulled in by the police on 4 murder inquiries, and for a decade he had his own firm. If you needed a heavy, Carlton was your man.
You are what you are, and you can't run away from it.
I'm Kate Cray.
Ronnie Cray's Widow and Some Rather Naughty Boys next Tuesday, 11:50 on 5.
I'm Kate Cray. This is Hard Bastards. When Carlton Leach was really active, as it's called in the underworld, some said he was invincible.
I've still got a spiteful side. I've still got a dark side, you know, and I can still do horrible things, and I enjoy them, and that's the trouble. That's what frightens me. But in the past, when I used to do horrible things and enjoy them, it didn't bother me. But as you get older, you get a bit of a conscience, and you think about things, and you have to sort of control yourself, you know, and you have to think about what you do.
For the past 20 years, Carlton's been up to his neck in it. He's been pulled in by the police on 4 murder inquiries, and for a decade he had his own firm. If you needed a heavy, Carlton was your man.
You'll always be whatever you are, but I mean, as time goes on, you become old, and people forget you. Obviously, like when you're an old man and things, people are not interested in you. But I'm still at that borderline age where, you know, you're still sort of pretty active. But you are what you are, and you can't run away from it.
In the ring, Carlton, now 41, is training up the next generation. They call him Papa C.
Come on! Come on! I just try and harden him up a little bit, you know? So he can look after himself. And me when I get older. Because I'm getting old, and I need my young boys here to watch me back. It's right, you can get a pension, I can't. I don't know what I was out really to achieve sometimes, because I would have thought, was I looking for the big pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow, or was it just an adventurous journey?
Carlton's journey came to a crossroads 5 years ago. His best mate, Tony Tucker, was shot dead, along with 2 others, in a high-profile gangland hit, the Essex Range Rover murders.
I normally talk to him for a couple of minutes on my own, so I'd say a couple of things to him, you know, miss him. I was going to go see Tony, and then when I heard, obviously, like, he had the back of his head blown away, I didn't want to really see him, you know what I mean? I mean, that's the last thing you want to see in it is your best mate laying on the table, you know, with half his head missing, you know? And I just want to remember him as I remember him, the good times.
It was through Tucker that Carlton really got to know the 2-time world boxing champion, Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer.
His best friend has been taken out like that, no problem. And then you think to it, well, how long, it ain't going to be long before Carlton gets it. It's like half of him was gone missing, half were joined at the hips.
Carlton and Tucker ran his security and became fixtures in the Ben camp.
I went training up to Tenerife, they were there, and they actually done a running with me up Mount Teely, so it was great to see them actually running with me, and they were there for me, not as like, you know, a lot of people wannabes want to hang around with you so they can get you in freebie this and freebie that. They wasn't there, they paid their way. I never gave them a penny, not 1 penny.
Up to then, life was like a big playground, everything was like a playground, and it was an adventure, you know, everything we did, it was for laugh, or whatever, the reasons we'd done it, and it, as I say, enjoyable, I suppose it was enjoyable, and then, but when something like this happens, for the first time in my life, it hit home, where what I was actually doing and the people I was involved in and the lifestyle I was leading. See you later, son. Keep watching me back, son. See you soon. Still very hard to accept. A lot of memories. You know, and I miss his friendship a lot. Obviously, this is the price you have to pay of living in this lifestyle, you know?
Tony Tucker was one of 3 men shot in Rettendon in this Range Rover. They'd been lured down a farm track by someone they trusted, the fourth man in the vehicle. When they reached the end of the lane, the fourth man's accomplice was waiting in the bushes with a gun. It was a set-up involving a drugs deal that led to the ultimate double cross.
What I can't understand is why three men in that world would come out here into a lane. I mean, I'm from that world, and even if somebody said to me, Kate, I'll meet you up this dirt track, I'd say, no thanks. You'd meet them somewhere else.
Well, I'd be exactly the same.
You would,
yeah,
just through paranoia, you'd think, no, I'm not going up no dirt track.
Yeah, no. What you don't realise, Kate, is that the person that brought them down here, they trusted.
So you think that they was actually led down
here?
Yeah,
of course it was. Yeah, it was a hoax. Now, normally, if Tony thought that there was any danger, and he thought he would have given me a ring, I said, Carlton, come along, I'm not too happy about the situation, I need a bit of backup, you know what I mean? And that's how it was, to watch his back, you know?
Who got it first, you know?
Pat. Well, this is the way I heard it, like, the door opened, Pat was shot in the chest,
Where
I believe.
was Pat sitting?
He was sitting in the back with the other passenger, the one who did it. And they were probably all comfortable, must be sitting chatting, and this is how the story fits together, is the fella got out to have a piss, yeah, gone to the bushes, and his associate was laying in wait, passed him the weapon, he's gone back, the door's already open, he's done Pat in the chest, obviously then he's given it to Tony in the head. Craig by now was paralysed, they said he was stuck to the steering wheel, and he turned around and he got it in the head. Within sort of like a couple of hours of it going out on the radio station, a Range Rover had been found with 3 men shot, you know, which was quite a big thing over here. It's quite a big hit. I was then getting the phone calls, because obviously people was thinking it was Tony, but a lot of people thought I was in the Range Rover with him at the time.
And would it have been possible that you would have actually been in the Range Rover?
Yeah, quite possible, yeah.
2 men are now doing life for murder. Colton's daughter Carly remembers the effect Tucker's death had on her dad.
When Tony got shot, and I was about 13 when it all happened, so I was getting to the age where I knew what was going on, and it was horrible to see Dad like that, you know. I've never seen my dad in that state ever, where it was Christmas and he was just laying on the settee and he couldn't get up and he was just crying all the time, and I didn't know why, and then I knew what was going on, because he just had to tell me, really.
The following year, another close mate of Colton's was in trouble. This time it was Ben. He'd been charged with GBH. He was found not guilty, but it made Ben take stock of his life.
I just started feeling very uneasy around all these people. There was tension from one lot of guys to another lot of guys. Then I thought, I don't want to be in this no more. If I had stayed in that circle, I was going to get shot. I know.
Before the court hearing, a gangland threat was issued against Ben's life, and Colton was offered money to turn his back on him.
A phone call was made, and I was asked to walk away from him because something was going to happen to him. And I said to him, basically, you know, don't even go near where they're offering me any money. At the end of the day, is like, if you do anything to him, you've got to go for me first. So the best thing you do is take me out, and then go for him. You know what I mean? That's what I said to him. And when I spoke to him, they sort of went, "Oh, fuck, we didn't realise, you know, how strongly you felt." And that's how strong I felt about it.
Colton's declaration of loyalty calmed the troubled waters. He was a man who commanded respect. It rubbed off on his daughter Carly.
I always asked my dad, let me go out for you and your friends. And he said, alright, for your 16th. And I was, oh, but I want to go before that. And he set me up one in the warehouse. And when I went down there, like, all the bouncers were down there, and they told us I had birthday. They gave me a cake, and there was like £50 in each corner of the cake. And everyone was giving me £50 all night, champagne, big teddies. Like, the room at the back was just full of all my presents. It was just so overwhelming. But I think a lot of them done it just out of respect, because they knew it was my birthday, and they're thinking, I can't want to be pleased if I go up to her and give her a £50 note or whatever, you know. Put in good books.
Quite good at this, isn't it? Yeah. I thought it was a bank robber.
But I wanted to understand how a man could earn such respect. It all started back at school.
I was more interested in being a jacko, you know, the jack lad, yeah. I mean, from an early age, it was ruling that playground. That was my little domain, you know what I mean?
Did you like that feeling?
Yeah. I mean, I liked walking through the school, like the corridors, and everyone moving out of the way and showing you a bit of respect. You know what I mean? And whatever you said when. And
did you get a buzz from that?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah. And I think this is like really the starting point of where I've ended up today. You know. Sometimes I sit there and think, well, were people like us born in the wrong era? Should we have been born 300-400 years ago? You know, when it was accepted, wasn't it? Where people were actually warriors or whatever they was. You know.